I started using drugs at about age 11. My father passed away, and that was very hard for me. I wasn't aware of it at the time, but I started using drugs as a crutch. Because of drugs, I nearly lost my family and my future.
Well, my drug addiction became an insanity. I began to isolate myself from people, places, things, everyone around me.
My career with drugs started, I would say, on a regular basis at the age of 16 when I came to Houston from Hattiesburg, Mississippi on an academic scholarship to Texas Southern University. I did what I had to do to support my habit.
Drug addiction is an epidemic. It contributes to homelessness, separates families, and it destroys lives. The three people we just introduced you to have all struggled with drug addiction. Their drug use has also caused some legal problems, landing some of them in jail. In 2003, the Harris County District Courts founded the STAR Drug Court Program. It's an alternative sentencing option for nonviolent substance abuse offenders. STAR Drug Court has changed the lives of these men and women struggling with drug addiction. The STAR program and other drug courts give men and women the chance to overcome drug addiction, to regain their self-respect, become more responsible and involved in their communities. It helps them find jobs, and more importantly, it helps to reunite them with their families.
Many offenders have long-standing addictions, and they have to face some very, very tough choices. I know that personally, I find it very rewarding to see people who end the cycle of addiction and who work hard at their recovery, and people I'm convinced will never end up in the criminal justice system again. You know, jail doesn't make somebody sober. It won't make somebody clean. And it certainly won't give them the tools they need to survive. But STAR can.
Getting arrested was the best thing that ever happened to me. I knew I had a problem. I just didn't know what to do about it. I couldn't stop. STAR Court was the fire I needed to motivate me into becoming a better person, a better mother, and a better wife.
By God's great blessing, I was accepted into the STAR program. I'd kind of been buying into my own lies pretty much all my life. So it was time for me to get honest with myself. Recovery's all about change. The only thing you got to change about your life is everything.
Drugs form the basis of virtually every crime that we see in the courthouse. And it is my firm belief that drugs will destroy this country unless we take dramatic steps to change the way we've been approaching the problem. What makes these programs successful and why I volunteered for Drug Court was the personal interaction, the accountability that clients have where they have to come into court and face a judge every week. But for the first time in their lives, a person in authority is approving and rooting for them to succeed.
STAR gave me the ability to begin again. The fact that they were able to forgive me showed me that I could forgive myself. They also showed me that my addiction was not my identity.
People with drug addictions fight a lot of battles. Along with their addiction, they deal with isolation from their families, they struggle with mental illness, homelessness, prostitution, HIV/AIDS, or in some of these cases, several of those things at once. The STAR program is working to change that by providing a positive environment with treatment that's tailored to the needs of each individual.
Probably the most unique element about drug court is the element of judicial supervision. Our clients are coming in every week in the early stages, and they're speaking directly with that drug court judge. We're building a relationship between the judge and that client. We're learning about their lives. If they slip up, there is a sanction that's assessed. But we have built up that relationship in the meantime between the court and that client. And they know that we are not going to give up on them.
Incarceration in Texas state jails costs an average of $15,000 per year per person, compared to drug court, which costs an average of less than $6,000 per person. STAR Drug Court is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. We have strict guidelines for eligibility and suitability. STAR referrals must have 1 prior nonviolent drug-related conviction or 2 prior nonviolent drug-related arrests. We thoroughly screen each referral to determine dependency and their motivation for treatment. Once they're admitted, a year-long tri-phase structured program goes into place for each individual. And we use a non-adversarial team that addresses the unique needs of each client.
You can do anything you want to do with somebody helping you. And the drug court was that person that helped me. Everybody needs somebody. I'm just grateful I have the STAR Drug Court.
People often ask, what is drug court? I tell them, if you want to know what drug court is, what we do, come watch a staffing, come see a regular docket. If you want to know why we do it, come see your graduation, because you'll get a sense then very quickly that we're more than just a program. It's an opportunity for people to get their lives back. Well, when people ask me about success, and certainly that's a fair question, I have to admit it gives me pause when I think of that, because we certainly can and do step back and look at our success rate in terms of recidivism rates, rearrest rates. We look at costs of treatment versus incarceration. We have been and will continue to be successful if that's the way one looks at it. But there are a lot of people in our program that, as a result of the program, they're able to be moms again, they're able to be dads again. We have had numerous drug-free babies that have been born to participants in our program. People that are able to be husbands, wives, sons, daughters. Relationships that were broken and are now restored. Those are the kind of things that I don't know that there's really a way to put a price tag on those types of things.
As Houstonians, we have to come together to combat the myth that addiction is the fault of those directly affected. We need to understand that the epidemic is very real, but it's treatable. Jail simply isn't the only option, and we need your help to get that message out.
STAR Court was a godsend for me. I needed hope again in my life. I needed some way of overcoming my addiction. STAR Court did that for me.
My husband and I are raising our children together. My daughter was born drug-free. I have one son who's a model student, and the other one is making straight A's. Without STAR in my life, I don't think it would have been this good. My life is great now because of STAR, and I really appreciate it.